So, let me ask you something. What if wisdom wasn't some mysterious gift you're either born with or you're not? What if it was something you could actually build, step by step, like climbing a ladder? Well, that's the whole idea behind the book The Legend Mind by Sunu Kumar. And today, you and we're going to climb that ladder together.
Right off the bat, the author makes this pretty bold claim. This book is an eye-opening for anyone who's really trying to do something great with their life. So it's not just presented as, something you read. It's meant to be a tool, something that helps you see the world and yourself in a totally new light.
Look, we all throw around the word wisdom. We see it in other people, we hope to have it ourselves. But what does it actually mean? Is it something you can go out and get? According to this book, the answer is a huge, definite yes. Okay, so if there's a guide to wisdom, what does it look like? The book lays it out like a map, a clear path that takes you from a state of confusion to one of real clarity. And our very first stop is figuring out what wisdom even is. First things first, we need a definition. And this one is really interesting. Wisdom isn't about how many facts you have stored in your brain. It's an active process. It's the skill of taking in raw information and, using your own powers of observation, turning it into real, usable knowledge. And this analogy just explains it perfectly. Think about milk. Milk is just milk. It's raw information. But from that one ingredient, what can you make? You can make curd, cheese, butter, all kinds of sweets. Those are all different forms of knowledge. They all came from the milk, but they've been transformed, refined, and made into something new and useful.
And here it is, the key takeaway. Wisdom isn't the milk, and it's not the cheese. It's the process of turning the milk into the cheese. It's the churning. It's the active conversion that you do yourself. It's not the what, it's the how. So, how do we even start that churning process? The book gives us 3 trials to overcome. Think of them as the rungs on the ladder. And the very first challenge is a biggie. We have to learn how to escape the constant pull of worldly attraction. The author uses this amazing metaphor. He says, most of us are like a little kid who's completely lost their mind in a giant toy store. We're just running from aisle to aisle, totally distracted, grabbing at the next shiny thing, absolutely convinced that this next toy will be the one that finally brings us happiness. But of course, he's not talking about actual toys, right? He's talking about the adult versions. The constant want for a better house, a newer phone, a faster car, more gold, more gadgets, more stuff. He argues that all of these things are just sophisticated distractions, keeping us from doing the real work of finding wisdom.
Okay, so let's say you've managed to quiet some of that noise, to tune out the siren song of constant desire. What's the next step? Well, the second rung on the ladder is all about a huge shift in your perspective. You have to learn how to adopt a neutral view.
The author calls this the zero mindset, and what that means is learning to look at the world without immediately judging it. So instead of just slapping a good or bad label onto everything you see, you train yourself to see the whole thing, to see both the positive and the negative sides that exist in almost everything.
This analogy just makes it so clear. Think about salt or sugar. If you have way too little in your diet, it can cause problems, right? But if you have way too much, that also causes problems. The only path to health is that balanced, neutral amount right in the middle. The author says our mind is the exact same way. A healthy, wise mind is a balanced one. All right, so we've stepped back from all the distractions, and we've learned to see things from a neutral point of view. That brings us to the final and maybe the most active trial, developing the observer's eye. Because you can only truly observe something once you've gotten rid of your own biases and judgments. And this isn't just about passively looking at things. It's about deep, focused observation. The book points to giants of history. Think about the mathematician Aryabhata. He didn't just invent the number 0 out of thin air. He observed the need for it. He saw the empty space in mathematics. Or Sir Isaac Newton. People had seen apples fall for thousands of years, but he truly observed it, and from that one simple observation, he gave us the entire concept of gravity. And this is what happens when you practice that kind of observation. You become your own student, always taking in new information from the world, and you become your own teacher, turning that raw information into incredible insight. It's this powerful, self-sustaining cycle of learning and growth. So, we've climbed the ladder. We made it past the 3 trials, and all of that climbing has brought us here, to the very top, to the final realization of what this whole journey has been about. After all this, escaping distraction, finding neutrality, becoming an observer,
we have to come back to the big question. What is the true meaning of wisdom? Well, according to the author, the secret has been hiding in plain sight this whole time, right inside the word itself. The author breaks the word down into this incredible acronym. Let's go through it. W stands for way, specifically a neutral way. I is for I, myself. S stands for show. D is for direction, or a path. O is for of, and M is for mine. So when you put it all together, wisdom isn't just a noun, it's a whole sentence. The neutral way I show the direction of mine own mind.
And that definition changes everything. Why? Because as the author concludes, your mind is the operator of your entire life. So wisdom, in the end, isn't about knowing a lot of things. It's the ultimate form of self-control. It's the skill of consciously and deliberately steering the very engine that creates a reality.